Dude, mics are mics, bro.
This one has a orange foreskin.
Belum sunat lagi ni.
Yeah.
Don't have to sunat all the time, man.
Sunat dengan mulut lah.
Ouch. That was.
Hey, you know Jews, they do that, right? The rabbis
They do what?
fucking bite the foreskin off babies.
No, they do not.
Just Google that out. The government
Jew rabbis biting?
foreskins of babies.
Oh, fuck, there is. Okay.
There
Oh,
you go.
babies.
What?
Well, under Jewish law, a mohel.
It's called mohel.
Must draw blood from the circumcision wound.
What?
Most mohel do it by hand with a suction device. That make more sense. Basically,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But where is it written though?
But some Orthodox group use their mouth to draw blood.
Oh my goodness.
And they still practice it like in New York or something. They had to.
Dude, that's weird, man. That's giving babies blowjob, man.
Right.
It's gotta be like
how
vegan
demonic
shit.
is that? It's like fucking demonic, right?
Okay. Let me click
in
into
the context
this and,
of religion.
Maybe there's something to do with like divine states of
Yeah,
consciousness
yeah.
that you can only achieve once you really
Suck
taste
the
the blood of
Oh.
a virgin baby. Or are you still a virgin then? So
Technically lah.
you've already been blown lah then, right? For the baby.
tak lah.
But that doesn't count as
It's like
losing a
it's
virginity,
blown.
right?
It's not blown. It's not really blowing.
Jap. Pause jap.
Fuck that lah.
Teruk ah. My goodness.
That's my semayang
But
lah.
they never write about
Mistake.
like why they have to like suck a dick though.
Right.
Yeah. Under Jewish law, it's just a law.
And the podcast hasn't even started yet.
I think
And Kid
I
is already
feel
Hey,
amazed
look
with
at
something.
this. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention issued a warning in 2012. Only in 2012.
Yeah, there you go.
Holy shit.
The health implication of this practice. No shit, bro.
it's beneficial.
And like,
Oh,
don't you
mankind.
think it's weird? This doesn't get on, like, it doesn't get as much attention as like the priest, the kind of trouble Vatican priests are getting into. I think this is equally.
Well, no, this is like. I mean, it's still bad. I wouldn't want my kids to have his cock sucked when he
A bite bitten
comes
off
out.
by an old guy, and some
Yeah.
babies got herpes, dude.
of course, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, who
Do
do
the
this again?
kosa, hold the babies, Jewish rabbi. But the Catholic priest one is like it's like pedophile club, but behind the cross, you know.
But for all
like
you know, this could be
sodomize kids. Like this guy might not sodomize. He just thinks like he's doing it for the
You don't know, right?
benefit of. No, you definitely don't know.
But then the Catholic priests were doing it because
They can do it.
it was a front. Like being a priest was a good front to have.
Yeah, bro.
But then nowadays, like even Tafi schools also, right?
What's Tafi schools, man? Do I like tak Melayu, bro.
Muslim,
Right.
the Muslim schools,
Right.
Malay parents and
Religious school.
religious schools in here.
And what
So now it's been getting that reputation, the same reputation as
pedophile.
yeah, like fucking recently. I think there was a case where there was an ustad who got in trouble for fucking the kids there.
Shit.
Like and then if you have friends from Tafis, if you have friends who have had experience go sekolah pondok and all that, it's so common, dude. They tell you like it's nothing. It's like
It's like
an ongoing thing, you know.
it's like how you go into like frat school, you know. You know, the trial by
There
fire
is
thing.
initiation. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just part
yeah.
of you being an adult, man.
Get a coin in your butt, bro.
Oof.
So you gotta do it.
That's
Suck the
pretty
guy's dick.
harsh, though.
But here's the thing, right? We had like child marriages and like no one does shit, man. In Kelantan after
Yeah. I mean,
Government
even
change.
now in Malaysia, the whole
have we started
Malaysia,
yet?
the Malaysia Baru thing. Everybody is hoping for the first female deputy prime minister Malaysia ever saw, right?
Dude, I wasn't hoping for it. I
Wan
didn't-
Aziza is hoping
Yeah.
for her to be the champion.
Oh,
lah,
yeah,
for
yeah.
all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, like the issue just became, had some media momentum and then died out without actually anything being done.
That's it, man.
Here's a perspective, like there's never been a Malaysia baru. It's I'm talking in the sense yang macam mana, how do I put this like
Like in essence.
okay the only baruness Malaysia has ever had was when Mahathir can I talk politically?
Go ahead, man.
When Mahathir was not prime minister, that was the
Right.
only baru moment our generation or whatever generation you're born in is experiencing right now. All of our life, the Malaysia we experienced has always been with Mahathir.
Mahathir's Malaysia.
Betul lah. The only baru or different Malaysia we've ever felt was when Mahathir was not around. Correct?
Whoa.
But now we're back to
Mahathir.
Malaysia, Mahathir Malaysia. So what's the baru? The baru is like they tukar baju ni. They instead of the UMNO logo now it's like the flower.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, technically it's nice that we have to change the government, but essentially like
It's poetic lah. It's
like,
poetic.
I
but
feel if Mahathir did not come back to the scene, I don't think PKR, the whole alliance, would have won.
I definitely they wouldn't have won. I think like
they wouldn't have.
it's just too weak.
Yeah, but Mahathir himself, he just like have you put him in as your face, he'll get you X amount of vote lah. That's
will.
it.
but this
He's
is
like the
where
top salesman.
But this is where I always lose the argument because I'm definitely talking about another alternative as opposed to the choices that we have, you know. When it comes to politics.
But before we get into that,
Oh, it's gonna be
Okay,
a deep
okay,
one.
let's not
welcome to Teroka
thank you.
podcast.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know we started.
Oh fuck.
Usually you did the like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing.
Yeah, I
right?
know, but we
Yeah.
have to do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at the end. Then.
Because today is special.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Today is special,
I didn't know
remember?
we can do that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going all over the place here, but welcome to the show. This is actually our first recording with us appreciating and using the name Teroka podcast,
Yeah.
which is what this podcast is going to be
Oh,
called.
before this you guys didn't call it Teroka.
It was nameless.
Wow.
So, you're the first one to
Wow.
hear this.
I popped a lot of cherries today.
Hey, well
Nice.
done, bro.
Always had
Proud of
the
you.
And
keeping up with the reputation.
So this guy talking here is Afiq Iskandar, also known as Amber in certain scenes.
The spiritual
And Stacey
sense.
and some
Stacy.
Certain jalan. If you're in Jalan Duta, it's Su, just Su.
Just so. So, tell us a bit about yourself. You do a lot of things. You play music. You,
I used to, let's not talk about the past. I'm in a band called Berdosa. And then I'm also in Tarik Jeans. And I also do a lot of other creative stuff. All your right brain activities, I guess. I to make it simpler, I try to make a living out of using your right brain. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, if
So
you could just jump back to where we were.
Right.
We're
Alternative
talking
politics.
about alternatives.
Alternative.
Right?
Yeah.
To this whole like voting thing, whether you vote
okay, let's
for
go
the same
slowly
person
lah.
or not.
Let's peel the onion
Okay.
layer by layer.
Jom membawang.
Yeah. Different kind of membawang. So like it doesn't work lah. The system, whatever system that human beings have been talking about has never worked lah. So what I'm suggesting is that not to have any system, like we've talked about this a lot, right? So I think where we are right now, what's going
Yeah.
where we are right now is to sort of like let. I know like what I where I'm going sounds chaotic, sounds very extreme, apa semua kan, but we've never really tried the other option, which is no government. I think we're about to see that, hopefully, with what's happening in France.
But you know, at the same time, it's only been like 6 months since this new government,
Really?
Malaysia Baru or Lama, came into power. 6-7 months, right? And are you saying that you're giving up on them already? They could be like fucking angels.
I've given up on relying on something outside of myself lah.
I think you just want to be self-sufficient, right?
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Which I think is very interesting because when the US first started, that's the idea that they have, man.
There
They
you
want
go.
decentralized, they want the simple farm life, like that's their version, like what they envisioned the founding fathers. And I think like You're not the first one to express this, actually. There's another philosopher, Henry David Thoreau, one of my favorite authors. He talked about how if a man learned to govern himself, he don't need any one to govern him. For the rules of law will not be applied to him. He is applying. But the problem is, not everyone is like, you have to admit some people are bastards, man.
Yeah.
Just like
but then,
hating on you and then like go around murdering people and shit because they're not happy, life is shitty.
yeah, I mean,
That's the problem, right? I mean, okay, assuming like let's run like the scenario, like your perfect government of no government. Who's gonna build the roads and stuff though? Like, is it all free market? No one's governing it?
I can't really. I'm definitely not the guy to explain how shit should work lah. I'm merely suggesting that we've never tried that yet. Give that a try lah. It might be something. We might end up with something. You see, the question about road and all that. Like in most cases, with technology right now, a community is self-sufficient by itself. You see, like all this while we've never tried the alternative with the technology that we have right now.
But I guess it also doesn't mean that if there's no government, there is no organization.
Yeah,
There is still organization.
Correct.
But it's just a matter of, instead of electing people, you would do a different process.
Like what I'm talking about is more or less like okay. When I talk, let's pull the elephant out lah.
Right.
Anarchy. So when I talk about anarchy, it's always chaos. It's always anti-government and all that, right? But the aspect of anarchy that I'm always coming from is the all inclusivity. So for instance, it allows a person who doesn't believe in being governed, a person who believes in being governed, to live together.
Right.
Any other system do not allow that. It's as simple as that,
So when you want an all-inclusive society, what do you mean is that you want people, like for yourself, you don't want the government, you want to be included. How do you mean?
Okay, by the definition of anarchy is all inclusivity. It's for instance, if a person who says that, okay, I want to, by the end of the day, it's not, the question is not really about I want to be governed or I don't want to be governed. Okay, it's straight up like I believe things should be run this way. Some people believe that things should be run this way.
Yeah.
In the bigger picture, like for instance, religion. For
Right.
instance, some people say I want to be in a system where a religion has a very strong influence. Some people say I want to have for instance, and then that might break into, okay, there's a leader here, this is organized like this. So what I'm saying is that you see the variety of inclusivity in what I'm suggesting, which is anarchy, as opposed to democracy, which doesn't allow all this to coexist, if you may, right?
Because you're saying like in a democratic society, nobody can be communist.
Nobody can be
But in
communist.
an
Nobody can.
anarchist society,
Even
you
if
can be
you can't even post on social media telling people I don't want to vote. Everyone comes at you like you're a fucking. It's like you're a fucking witch because you don't want to go out and vote.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because whatever government you have a certain number of people who are more prone towards democratic ideals and some people who are more prone towards communism ideal, right? The whole point of voting is just to see which group have more, so we try to cater to the larger group.
But
Like, that's the whole idea. It's not perfect. I mean, definitely it's problematic.
Okay, but if you look at in terms of the bigger picture, right? It gets hijacked, dude. Any country, any system, it gets hijacked.
For sure.
Yeah. And that's because you have a system, you have some that
Yeah, so a group of people who are too powerful,
Correct.
then they just like...
There you go.
That's the problem.
What I
Because then the
suggest...
problem is power.
Correct, yeah.
So even in an anarchy system then, who's to say that, the people with some sort of power...
It's to decentralize power. It's to
Yeah.
break. It's to not have one fucking group bigger than the other. It's everyone to ensure that everyone has a say,
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine because it has... I can't... It's just playing in my mind, dude. I can't pull
Right.
out anything from Google. I can't say,
Yeah,
this works like that. But small.
No, I get what you mean, because for the past few weeks, right, this was doing research with him, I was going to the deep fucking end to this whole problem, because there are people around me who are openly saying that they prefer a communist ideal. If you talk to and some of these people are smart, It's not like they're very well educated. And then when I talk to them, what I realize is that the issue is not communism or capitalism. Because communism, you got like what in China, 80 million people die. I think Stalin time was 30 million. Like fuck, that's Malaysia's population.
Correct.
Right? So why did they devolve into a fucking problem, a fucking mess? Because they never addressed the problem with hierarchy. Right? Human beings are hierarchical creatures. Okay? Everybody got different skill set, right? So let's say I'm a musician, you're a musician, maybe you're better, people like you more, so you gain more power in status, in fame, in money, and then you get to control more different things. You get to invest in new labels, you get to pull me in, I work for you, and that's our current economic structure is set up to be who is better win lah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's okay, right? Competency, right? Who's good, then who gets more lah. If you're a better farmer, you get to grow more rice. Now, the issue here, the issue that you and I have, I think everybody have, is that politically, let's say we are a bunch of farmers lah. Two of us, super good, bro. Our harvest outbeat him all the time, right? And then suddenly he got investor, you know, he get like bigger land or better equipment, and then bro was like, hey bro, he's gonna put us out of business, bro. Hey, we should start a merchant or a farmers association, and let's fuck with him. Right? Then we hire some gangster. It's like, oh, you want to farm in this land, you gotta do this or that, or you got this new machinery, we have to share it first, you know. The kind of nonsense. We just like, instead of like equal playing field, the moment I get power to protect my own interests, I make it unequal. I become corrupted, right? Yeah. So it's like, fuck you guys. But if anarchy, I'm sure like it will be the same. It will be the same because you got 10 farmers, 10 guys do farming, 10 guys with different skill, one guy will come out on top. And if that guy is the fucker, then lanjiao lah, all of us kena
he will use it.
And
I mean, okay. My point is, macam ni lah, like we don't know that because we've never experienced that yet. I agree in the beginning because, okay, let's narrate this based on what we are experiencing right now. Very democracy, very capital, apa semua. Suddenly tomorrow it's anarchy kan. I wouldn't deny because we still have that mindset. And it's not like in one generation we can change everything, you know. We're talking about third, fourth generation where, okay, let's look at if once anarchy steps in, capitalism is gonna jatuh. So it's a different point of view already. It's a, you know, like probably the reason why we are so kedekut, the reason why we are so to ourselves is probably because we've grown up with capitalistic ideas. Like I'm all for me, you're all for you, apa semua. Once that collapses, the generation that grows up with that not existing, it could be something different. You see or not? We don't know because we've never experienced. There's never been like a sample group of people where has experienced that. I don't deny there might be, okay, like for instance, democracy. A lot of countries are having that. There's still a problem. Okay, once you know whatever that there's still gonna be problems. But then, rather than being stuck at where we are right now, which is the same problem, same group of politicians, like the same pattern itself is repeating all over the world, dude. I'm suggesting that why not try changing that, exercise our power as human beings.
So what do you suggest we all don't vote? Anarchy.
Like
what happened?
Even today, like there's this place in
Rojava. Oh, okay.
Called Christiania.
Right.
Have you ever heard of Christiania?
No,
Christiania
not
is
really.
this space, this area. I can't remember how big is it. Jimmy, look it up.
Jamie, look it up. What's the name? Jamie, look it up.
But you don't get to see Jamie's face though.
Sometimes you do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, back to Christiania. This place is like an unregulated sort of hippie as well as anarchists.
Right.
Like it's a space where they can live. There are buildings there from like a military occupation kind of time.
Right.
And there were people there and they just didn't leave. So they started out like, you know, a lot of dealers were there, drug dealers, cannabis dealers. And slowly it was just like accepted. And until today, you can go to Denmark, Copenhagen, and then you go to Christiania and, you know, people are just selling
Yeah, that's my point. I
drugs
think like
out wide and people just chilling.
yeah. So I was looking at this. I can't remember which state. They suddenly don't have a mayor, some shit like that. And then they went without for like 2-3 weeks or like 2-3 months. Nothing happened. Everyone just went on their life, right? And there's no issue.
Catalonia, is it?
I can't remember, man. Maybe. But my point is that like this is what what I learned from all the evolutionary psychologists, the social psychologists, and I say like, we do fall into a hierarchy. We do fall into like a pattern, right? You get 100. I'm sure that there are places where there are drug dealers and stuff. They have a ranking, right? Who is the
Within
better?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
within
yeah,
there,
yeah.
they would have like. Now the thing is that the way that we are doing it now, we are calling it democracy because we want that we want to be able to vote. That's it, right? But anyhow, we'll fall into a ranking. So no matter how
I'm not
anarchy,
saying-
like it's
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that ranking is wrong though.
Mm.
I'm just saying that when ranking equates to entitlement or when ranking... Okay, so let's say if you're good at football, you are fucking good at football. I cannot deny that. So there is naturally a rank.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're going to get all the chicks. That doesn't mean the school's going to give you... You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're a good leader, okay, you're a good leader, you're a follower, okay, fine, that's cool. But that doesn't mean your family gets all the benefits. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but-
So even in the context of anarchy, I'm okay. I won't deny the fact that there's gonna be ranking, but
Yeah.
having a structure that does not centralize power, it
Right.
doesn't give these people that entitlement lah. That like, oh, so I'm.
Oh,
You understand or not?
Yeah.
So it's about decentralizing power.
But that's democracy though. That's why you vote for the village guy, and then the village guy go.
But
and,
in
like,
the end,
it doesn't work though. It doesn't work so well. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Yeah.
because what happened like yesterday, I was speaking to a friend, and the whole Cameron's election. They had an election. And I think the result concluded, right?
Yeah.
And then they leaked the video where he's telling the village dude like the ketua kampung.
If you don't
Yeah.
batin, I think they call them.
Yeah.
If you don't vote for us, we're gonna stop paying you.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
dude, that's fucked up, bro. Like in Malaysia, Baharu, it's openly just like making threat like that. And then it's like, I never say also, and then someone showed the video. I'm like, bro, you fucked up.
Yeah, which is
Big time.
the same thing that's going on before this, right? So it just proves further that politicians are just a bunch of the same fucking breed.
Yeah.
and this is to get rid of politicians lah.
So yeah, going back to that, where you said like we will just end up, like the village guy votes and everybody votes
Yeah.
and votes. But I guess when you're in an anarchist like system, it wouldn't be like a vote.
Okay, so if let's
It
say
doesn't have to be a vote all the time, right? So in like
so right now
feudal stuff, certain things you would get.
everything is kind of hypothetical at this point lah. So let's just macam layan
Yeah.
je lah kan.
Yeah.
Let's just go deeper. So I imagine if let's say a fisherman, say there's this fucking good fisherman,
Yeah.
right? Every other fisherman thinks that, oh, this guy is fucking good. He has a name, Fisher King or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck.
Kingfisher.
So like, okay. So okay, he's the man. He gives advice. He tells the younger fisherman where
Yeah.
to go fish, how to set yourself
Yeah.
up. So okay, done. Fishing time is over. You go back home. That's it lah. Now the fisherman has to listen to the neighborhood expert. Now the fisherman has to listen to the drain expert.
Yeah.
You know that kind of shit.
Yeah, I know.
So
what you mean.
that decentralizes the power. So what we have in the problem we have in Malaysia right now, the same motherfucker who's good at this, who is not even good at it, is also has a say in every fucking thing else because he has shitload of resources. He happens to be born in a family. Okay, this is what I came to realize also. Someone brought this up. Okay, like if you were to narrate how this power thing came about in Malaysia, kan, it always starts with like, okay, before Merdeka and all that, kan, this ketua kampung, and then if you go even backwards, it's from the bangsawan. So there's kind of like a hereditary of succession. Like for instance, our ex-Prime Minister Najib was from the ex.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then if you observe his lineage, he's also like within the bangsawan.
Yeah.
So we rub
You're saying,
against.
like, it continues. Right?
Yeah.
It
So
flows.
they keep that in the family.
Nepotism lah, basically. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
the
Yeah.
elite class. It's not really nepotism.
Yeah,
per se,
they're not
but, like,
elite because they are like competent. They're elite because they're born into the right family, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem.
And okay,
If Najib is a fucking
elite
competent
families,
guy
elite
and he doesn't
families,
fuck
yeah.
up with the whole 1MDB fiasco and explain it so poorly, he'd be fine. Right? If Malaysia, everyone has got more money in the pocket, it doesn't fucking matter if he's like the son of like the second prime
Correct.
minister.
Yep.
But the thing is that he's not good at his job. He's just shitty at his job.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If that's the problem, right? We are
And Mahathir is fucking good at his job lah.
Oh yeah.
Is he?
I guess he has a good team, but no, going back to this elitist families, is that
I guess he has a good team.
I mean, yeah, it's not on merit, but that's how it is around the world as well, no?
To some extent, yeah.
Like elite families, big families
Correct.
control this
Correct,
whole
yeah.
like you
Industry. Like in
yeah,
Korea.
certain industries,
Yeah.
certain countries, they're
Yeah.
just like run by families.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? They have a lot of scandal in Samsung. Right? I can't remember whether it's Samsung and LG, one of the fucking brands, or Kia,
Samsung,
Kia,
I
right?
think.
Kia, Samsung.
I think so.
Yeah, some scandal of like the daughter like fucking up some like attendant, right? Like, air attendant. And then she had to resign and some shit. Like, I think protectionism policy is fine. But protectionism policy for like Proton for like the past 30 years and they are not be able to compete with Toyota, it's not so good lah. Right? Now you are making me pay more money for better car because you can't get shit together. But Korea managed to do it. They managed to do it. There were protectionists.
With protectionism.
With
Samsung.
protection. Yeah, Samsung. They make shitty telephones at first as well, but then they catch up pretty quick lah. This guy do work, bro. So like, yes, in Korea there's this problem also. They got two powerful families, right? All these Samsung, LG, these big brands, they're powerful families. But Malaysia is like funny, you know.
Wait,
Like,
too many
bro.
powerful families.
help you already, you still do shit, bro.
But yeah, you still don't get the result.
Yeah,
right?
like can you at least get the result or not if you want to be corrupted?
Yeah.
Right, that's the fucked up bit.
Well, life lah. So that's why I'm suggesting. Come on, I'm merely suggesting. Hey, we're so used to this. Why not try something else? That's it. You know, I'm not saying that. So if I were to say, also we're from democracy, we will jump to communism or socialism ke apa. That's like jumping from one box to another. So why don't I just box that all together and not have any box at all? That's my suggestion.
Well, what if we like? Okay. I mean, of course we accept your suggestions, but since we're suggesting, right? Layana. What if I told you that we still stick to democracy, but then like in Malaysia, for example, we moved away from the race-based parties. Okay?
Right.
So now, I mean, now there are some non-race-based parties, but only when like there are none of them. Can we like? I feel will be a big significant change to society.
That's a step closer to what I'm suggesting lah.
Yeah.
You know, you understand or not?
That's the fucking problem also, right? So like, tribalism is a weird thing, Like we
Yeah,
want
and the
to
Malays lah here in
It's
Malaysia.
I think it's everybody, bro. Because I went
No,
to
it's
well,
Malays lah. There's
I
more
went to
Malays here.
Europe and like just fucking people will just like identify with skin color first. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. But you do get some like they are more enlightened,
Yeah.
more polite, but some people are still racist as fuck.
As in, you're saying the reactions that you got from people.
Yeah. Like they openly say racially insensitive stuff and it's quite provocative as well. So when I heard that I was like, oh shit. Someone's dissing me because of my skin color, bro. Oh my god.
Oh.
I never experienced this. I never experienced this in Malaysia, but when I went
Is it kind of okay? Here's
You never experienced it in Malaysia, huh?
I never did. Or maybe I did and I don't realize. I don't know. But I stay in PJ though, bro. I don't even have like a Malay friend until.
Could
like,
it be like
4 years
a
ago.
lack of a better exposure to
Shout out
other
Delhi.
cultures? Like for instance, like how us Malaysians we
Yeah.
make fun of the black guys here, like it's a kind of thing,
Yeah.
really we do?
Right.
Dude, the whole thing, I think Malaysians are so casually racist.
Yes,
Right.
betul.
So casually.
Especially the fucking Malays.
And they don't
The
even
Malays
know.
are very fucking like Malays are like racist and they are unaware.
Bro,
Like, they're
one thing I don't like is how, I mean, I guess it's just the language, but then usually Malays will call another Indian guy, a Chinese guy, India tu kata, I find that like super
Yeah,
rude.
dude, yeah. True
China
that.
tu kata, like it's like me saying that Malay said, come to the shop at 8 p.m.
Like you guys close friends or what? Or like close friends?
like I'll be friends with the Malay guy,
Right.
But he has no.
So he
you know-
knows your name and shit, and he still say like,
No, he's not calling me. He may
Ah.
be calling somebody else, or he may be referring to somebody else, right?
Oh.
But there's no like filter to say,
Okay.
this is actually a little bit insensitive, you know?
Okay,
or, like, is it
here's a
polite
thought.
enough?
Here's something to think about. Like, so I hang out with like Chinese guys in Penang. I speak Hokkien with them. When I speak Hokkien with them, they do the same thing. Like, oh, Huana, it's like the Malay guy, or the Indian guy. You know, they just don't call another Chinese guy Chinese. So you know,
it's a weird thing though.
right?
Yeah,
is a bit weird, though.
I guess.
But I think because it's easy to like, what is it? His brain just went straight to like
Correct.
identify Afiq, but not Afiq.
Like, okay, if
Malay
let's say
boy.
you're Indian, okay, you're Punjabi, when you speak in your tongue language, do you refer other races as other races, and not your race as right?
Yeah.
Betul
You're
tak?
right, you're right.
Do you? I don't.
But
I feel
then-
like I
but
always say
then-
my friend though. If it's my friend,
I mean, generally, I think in Punjabi, if you like talking about somebody else, you would say the race.
right?
If
Yeah.
it's not your own. But then, no, come to think of it, we do that all the time. That's just because we are from Malaysia.
Yeah.
And every time we have a story to tell, we would
Correct.
start
We wanna
off
with
with
race.
like,
Correct.
you know, this Malay guy told
Correct.
me, or this Chinese
Especially-
guy. I went to this doctor today, nice Chinese guy. Like, why do we have to say what race you are? Like,
Nice
even
Chinese
if you're
Because-
telling me a story, right?
Yeah.
I was in a cab today and like the driver was damn best though. I'll be like, Indian guy.
Yeah, because it helps with the premise, dude. It helps with the premise of
Of stereotyping.
storytelling.
But
It
does
helps.
though? Like
Okay.
if you want to tell a Malay Indian Chinese joke, then I suppose it does. But if a good cab driver, why do you have to do like? Can't it just be? A guy?
You
Yeah.
see,
And then when
okay,
you say
okay.
it's black though. What?
No. Like to me, right? Not seeing a color. How do I put this? Like, accepting the differences. Like, you're a Malay, you're a Chinese. Like back in Penang, me and my friends, we make fun of each other's race.
Yeah.
A lot, because like there's nothing we can do about it. You know, we're already born this way. I can't change that. So make fun of it, but it doesn't affect us.
Yeah,
Or
of
it
course
has trained us not to let that affect us in that manner, you know, because like it was never our decision to be born Chinese, Malay. So when you make fun of us, it's like, oh, you make fun of the stereotype, so I don't identify with it.
Yeah, of course.
So I celebrate the differences, but I just, when people say, oh, being not racist is not seeing colors, I think that's bullshit, dude. Like, but the fact is we are different from one another. We are.
Yeah,
It's
but
about
then-
accepting that we are different, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, but then the sucky part about that whole identifying by colors thing is when stereotyping comes into the play, right?
But it's funny though.
Yeah.
If it's done
It
in
is
comedy, it's funny though.
No, it is funny, but then
But if you
like,
go like
you
Malay
know-
people, sure cannot work one. Then
Ah,
it's like, bro,
correct.
don't do that, bro.
and if you told me a race of anything, you know, cab driver, your friend or something, I will immediately, you know, have an image or a stereotype will slowly build.
Right.
Yeah.
Generally,
Yeah.
it's not
Well,
just me,
okay.
bro.
Yeah,
So if I tell you nice Chinese uncle, you imagine he is very bang called Ah Chong, is it? And he make like friendly joke to you.
no, I think I get where you're coming from.
Stereotype.
Like because okay, Malaysia right now, our pop culture lah, our TV shows, our representation or misrepresentation of other races in TVs and all that, right? It's like what the America is in the 70s. Like they are like unaware, like the whole blackface thing.
Oh,
it's
right,
like oh, I didn't know that was wrong, kind of thing. So Malaysia being Malaysia, we had our independence 50 years ago. So you know we're maturing, we're growing. So we are there right now.
Slowly lah, huh?
Slowly lah. But I totally get you. Like Malays are cool lah. Dia tak cool gila lah.
Dude, Maharaja Lawak.
Oh, wait,
He's
fuck
so
Maharaja.
casually
He's so
racist.
racist, dude. Yeah, dude.
So racist, so sexist.
So yeah.
damn sexist.
I cringe, dude. Like
Is he a
I'm so
comedian?
torn.
Like, I have no idea.
No, it's like a comedy show. It's like
Right. It's a Malay.
so about yeah,
It's
Right.
supposed to
Malay.
be impromptu, like
improv.
acting.
Right, so
of-
it's an improv show.
Oh, fuck, that's the thing I don't get. Like, you know, in Malaysia, people still laugh at those like slapstick,
Slapstick.
and like
What's a slapstick, bro? Like, you may remember any
It's like-
slapstick humor?
Slapstick is like, you know, you slip a banana peel and fall.
Yeah, no.
Ah.
But must it be like is there a racial slapstick joke that we have? Or that they have?
no, they are representation of other races lah.
Right.
It's always that typical. If it's Indian, it's like it's like and then like if it's a Chinese, like what the fuck. Like in Penang, I have friends who speak better Malay than Malays.
Yeah.
So it's like it's cringy lah as a Malay guy who
It
appreciates
is pretty bad.
pop culture from all over the world and like, oh fuck, we're still here, dude.
But
But
I think it's
Punjabi get
again,
it
goes
worse
back-
lah,
I
right?
feel like again it goes back to the politics of it,
Yes.
because we have those like the race parties there. We'll just forever be divided.
But it's too late already, bro. Right now we have like when Malaysia Host started, I think Abdul Rahman was very cool about it. He brings whiskey apparently, right?
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
He was like, bro, do not let Mahathir be on the spot, bro. And then was it Tun Ismail passed away. He was the DPM that time, right? He was supposed to be the PM, and then like once he passed away, Mahathir came back to the picture. Then wrote the book Malay Dilemma. And I think from then on, it was always race-based, religion-based. We play two card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we identify like we don't do it in the city. I guess we don't do it, but in some places in Malaysia, they will go like, if they identify you as a Chinese Christian, Chinese Buddhist. Okay, the Chinese Christian probably bastard, right? They are trying to take over Malaysia, right? If they're hardcore like Muslim, right? It's crazy. It's crazy talk, bro.
Dude,
This is
like,
crazy talk.
Growing up in Penang, being a Malay guy, growing up in Penang, right? You always hear that, dude. You always hear that fear mongering of Chinese gonna take over the island.
Yeah.
Kind of shit.
Yeah, and what it really is low, like it's a low resolution tactic lah. You get people to identify as their skin color and their religion, and then okay, we are one gang, and we fight against another gang. Right? It's like watching football, right? Those crazy United fan versus Liverpool fan. They'll be like, oh, fucking crazy, Liverpool suck, and then like they'll just like, bro, it's a football that people are playing overseas, bro. It's not your team. Yeah. You don't come from Manchester. Why are you so like? And just enjoy the game, like. Can you just not fight? Can you just like a friendly banter, okay? Then someone get too sensitive, like as usual, and then riot.
Yeah, I remember there was this one time. There was this whole thing about the guy who wore like a Liverpool jersey, went for a Manchester United game. It became like a big fucking deal. I'm like, fuck, you guys are fucking. For all you know, you guys live in the same neighborhood
and want the same thing, right?
Probably go to the same school.
I mean,
the same job. Jesus Christ, everything same except football team.
Yeah.
Except football.
Go to the same mosque.
But we're on the other side,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? Because I think at the end of the day, what we want is that the people who know what they are doing, whether is it an accountant, a musician, the guys who know what they're doing, let them continue, right? Just please continue. Do a great job. The problem is, this guy Malay guy, this guy Indian guy, this guy Chinese guy. Not enough Chinese in the picture. We gotta do something, bro. You start cutting people, Now today is religion, today is race. Maybe tomorrow is height. Like, we got too many damn tall people in here. Let's get some shorties in this group. Right? What if one day know what? Okay, sorry.
Cash just came back from Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
So people generally in Indonesia like brown lah. If Malaysian were to go there, you say Indonesia is full of Malay people, right? But then over there they racially divide themselves into sub race pula. So there's the Padang fuckers, the Aceh fuckers, so now they're going at each other because they're like different sub brown.
But I feel like they are sub brown, but then they're not the same lah.
Sub brown.
Right? So the Padang guy and the Madura guy are actually very different. But the cool thing about Indonesia is, which is amazing, they're right next door. They seem to have one like Indonesian
identity.
That I agree. I agree. No, my point is like, continuing with what he was talking about. Now you're gonna argue about height. As long as there's a point, people are just gonna harp on it.
Yeah.
That's why for people to get to arguing because of height, probably everyone looks the same. only different height.
No, maybe you have more tall people, right? And I can imagine this argument, okay? You go to the LRT as a tall, big guy.
Mhm.
It's actually quite hard for me to fit, you know. It's actually quite simple, you know. Right? Then enough
Make
tall,
noise.
big guy, make noise. Hey, bro, I also pay tax, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I pay more tax, I earn more money.
Oh.
Right? I want bigger seat.
And you know, chances are when I go to a hotel, the bed is not long enough for me. You know? I want my rights.
Dude, what the fuck? I also pay money, what? The short guy also pay money? Why should he deserve more?
This sounds like the binary gender thing America is going through.
Dude. They are doing that shit all the time, man.
Dude, the argument is today there's this huge story within the Malay community, the mass Malay gossip bawang channel lah. So there's this story about a video. Sajat, you know Sajat? Yeah, okay. So
Who's that?
Nobody really knows whether it's a he or
it's a
she.
it's a he, definitely he.
What does he do, bro?
Singer.
Enlighten me.
No,
Alright.
she's not even a singer, dude.
No?
He's like, I don't know what the fuck he's
Sang
like a
other one rap song.
he's like, yeah.
So he had a rap song.
He's a influencer, so
Okay.
Instagram influencer, but
Okay.
she's a he.
So it's transsexual.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but people don't know whether he's a trans,
he is.
already a trans.
Yeah,
or not.
came out already. Like,
So he transitioned into
yeah,
she.
correct.
Okay.
So the very fact that he or she has a lot of followers
Hmm.
and all that is mind-boggling in Malaysia itself, lah. Right.
For Malay people.
Malay people to the, so
Right.
you say on one side you're so against LGBT, you're so blah, blah, and then the other hand you're like celebrating this, and you know, like Malay people have,
Yeah, man.
they
It's not
have,
only him. It's not only him. Even that
there's
guy,
a few, yeah,
D-Herbs guy.
yeah, there you go.
Bro,
Hey, but okay,
I mean, he seems quite camp lah.
yeah,
Right.
And it's fine. It's fine to be like that. It's fine to be
right.
like that. He does have the image of
But he's not definitely homosexual.
I don't know.
They're playing. They're playing.
Maybe that's
with
why-
that,
that's why, like, nobody knows.
Like that guy. Cash told you about, and Sajat. They in social media they try to appear together often.
Oh, okay.
So they want to
really?
play with that notion. They want to like, am I there?
Yeah, that's
And
why
do
I'm
you
curious.
think it's
Though.
And then they
Fine.
sell shit, dude. Like
Yeah.
Malay people buy
So
shit
much
because of
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Do you think that they can do that only because they're popular? Again, this whole argument of power comes into play.
Dude, maybe-
Because imagine if there was just a random
Right.
he who is now a she, you know.
Are they from
making-
a strong family or what? Are they?
Not really,
But,
no.
but
Not
if
really.
there's just a random he who became a she on the street, releasing some bad music on YouTube,
Nobody gives a fuck. Bro.
nobody gives a fuck. Or like, you know, you will get the fucking life, you know, beaten out of you or something like that, you know, at least virtually.
That's why,
dark.
like I'm fucking confused, like with this whole LGBT thing. You see, like Maharaja Lawak, they make fun of it. They, you know, they dress up. Sometimes the guy dress up. So that's why I'm starting to think that the Malays are okay with LGBT or and that issue when it's in the joking context, when it's a comedic context, a comical context, but
Like,
not
if my son
when
is gay or trans,
fuck, you're dead, dude.
there's hell to pay. Dude, but that's like, dude, I asked my Chinese friend the same
Quite
shit, man.
hypocritical,
He's got like
right?
two kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bro, what if one of them is gay, bro? Are you okay? He's like, yeah lah, it's okay lah. You know, I got one uncle also gay. He's fine.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, first of all, why if someone is gay, it's not fine? Like, do they have mental okay, never mind. Then I popped the second question, bro, what if he tell you, I feel like a girl daddy. He's 21 now. He wants to get surgery, bro. What are you gonna do?
girl daddy.
He's like,
I'm just
It's
gonna
like a
tell my
big
kid I'm
problem.
not paying for it lah.
yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right, if you
Yeah.
want to fucking just pay on yourself lah.
Hmm.
No problem.
Hmm.
You got dealt a bad hand.
Mm.
Okay, deal with it lah.
I guess that's the acceptance, right?
Yeah.
The acceptance that this generation has.
No, I think my gripe is that at the end of the day, so to a certain extent I agree with him that people should be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do if it doesn't hurt other people.
Yes.
Okay? And if
Fuck.
someone look
Well
ugly
spoken.
and you don't like it, it's your fault.
Mm-mm.
Okay? It's nothing to do with the other people. You
Yep.
make yourself angry. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, you couldn't say it any better. Just do. I think like the negativity that we don't want, like this chaos, all this, you know, people hurting other people and all that. That
Yeah.
happens because of them not being able to do what they want.
Yeah.
into a certain degree.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's really, really funny, right? When I see like historically people have war because they want to control spice trade, like fucking lada hitam. It's hilarious to me, though. Can you imagine fighting over pepper today?
Yeah,
Like we
but
want to wage fucking war. Like fuck you got pepper, I want it. And like I don't want to work with you because you got no government lah. So fuck you. Come here, take your land, rape your village, pillage your good.
Yeah, one day there's gonna be one place with so much bitcoins. We're gonna make the same fucking decision. We're like gonna war, to get those bitcoins.
Yeah.
Man, it's all in those houses there. In mind.
Dude.
And like it was pepper,
And then
it
like
became gold.
the
and
few
then-
generations after that is gonna say, can you imagine back then we used to fuck pillage other villages for Bitcoin? Fuck.
They don't know anything about the shells we use these days.
No, you know what's the future though? You know that's what I heard. Like, the Americans are looking to space. You know, they have this whole SpaceX program.
Yeah,
Elon
yeah.
Musk was talking about it, and one of the reason why they can, why it's good because space you have asteroids with like tons of mineral.
Mm-hmm.
No one's claiming it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Not
that's
yet,
that's the next new frontier.
Wow.
That's what they're war against.
Now we're
Fuck, you took my
definitely
asteroid.
doomed to destruct lah. We're like, I believe in timelines, dude. So like, okay, this is definitely way off fringe science lah. So like,
Way off fringe sides.
so it's like
Get ready,
I
folks.
believe in timelines and so
Cabang.
I believe so I think that like, okay, here's what made me believe in it lah. So I got into a car crash, flipped my car and all that. A year after that, I met up with this lady. She looked at me, she said, "Oh fuck, your soul is not there." Cakap,
What?
Like, your soul is not there, and then you have to go to the ocean. This time. By this time, when the moon is there, dunk yourself in and then try to experience breathlessness before you re-submerge yourself.
So basically, you should drown yourself. Do you have
so-
to be naked to do it?
Who's this
Not
again?
really. Like a random Link's mum, a friend's mum who's known to, who she does like
She's into this.
yeah, she
Right.
does palm reading and stuff
Right.
like that lah. So she told me like something happened to you a year ago. She didn't know anything about my accident before, while she was telling me all this. So okay, you need to claim your soul again. Blah, blah. So she was explaining to me about timeline lah. So when that accident took place, she said that timeline where I died is there. So there are where consciousness who choose. So when every time you make decisions, right, that's the split of your consciousness. So you go in, your consciousness follows what you consciously or subconsciously want to follow.
Yeah. So
You
that's
get
why you die at the end of the day, bro. You got too tired to make decisions. Like, fuck this shit.
But at the same time,
Or maybe you wanna
it's not
level
like
up.
all your streams of
It's
outcomes are
happen-
happening, right?
No, it's happening coherently right now. It's just that your consciousness is not experiencing that timeline lah. It's the Schrodinger's cat theory, So like Schrodinger's cat theory is about unboxing. So Schrodinger's
the cat.
Yeah, Schrodinger's. So it's about your the collective consciousness collapsing. So it's about your consciousness tau, yang you're navigating your. So what I'm saying is that probably the timeline where our consciousness is doing something else is already there. It's just that we are experiencing what we choose to. Mushroom talk.
But so wait, you said this lady told you to do some stuff.
Yeah.
Has to get
And then
naked
you
and
did
like
it.
drown himself.
I coincidentally I was on a vacation that time. I a few days
Was on
after.
the beach. It was the moon.
Penang lah,
Hey,
bro.
look at this. So
Yeah.
ngam. Batu
Betul though. No, yeah. Coincidentally, dude. It was all by coincidence.
When the time is right. The
yeah.
moon is out.
The moon was out. I was
crap.
like, oh fuck. I was in Thailand that time. So I just did the dipping thing lah.
Do you feel different though? Do you suddenly feel like, oh my
Not
life
really,
coming
but
back?
I did it for like, see how what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right, like when do you do it?
I can't remember. A few years back.
Oh, a few years back. So is there any difference?
I can't say because I was going through a lot of mind altering
Right.
activities, stages at that time, right? I was doing a lot of shrooms and stuff like that. So I can't say if that particular experience brought change
like
anything. Yeah.
significant enough. It was just
Yeah.
one of the many things that was happening.
Correct. Yeah. I think that's how it works, lah. It's like it's not that one thing that changes people. It's like, what do you think? Right? It's not
Yeah,
one
I
particular
think
incident. It's a
Like what? It's not one
collective.
Yeah.
It's
So
a-
over time, things
Ah,
build,
right.
and like, not a single event
that
will
changes.
trigger something.
Correct.
You know, even people. I mean, I don't know this, but people who my friends who take acid, they say
Yeah.
that after an acid trip, right, when you like start living a bit differently or thinking a bit differently, it wasn't actually because of just like one point
Yeah,
in the
that-
trip.
yeah,
You know?
I'm
it was,
talking- yeah.
it was stuff that from the first time you trip, you had a little bit of that, and then the second time and third time it was building. in
And
your head.
some people would go as far as recalling, like, and them thinking about, like remembering. Hey, I that's how I used
like
to
a
think.
deja
Back.
vu.
It's like when I've thought. I knew I was gonna do this when I was way younger, that kind of thing, right?
Like predestination.
Like
kind of know like
predestination.
everything of my life lead to this moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
this fucking moment.
dude, I felt it, man. I felt it
Sitting-
before, man.
Really?
Yeah, it's strange though. Like I used to do a lot of at one point I was really into Zen, bah, right?
Zen.
Yeah. Steve Jobs died and then I bought his book and I was like, this guy is into Zen, into doing acid. So that's where I learned acid from. Okay. And then subsequently I went on and like bought some Zen books and then I got really into them, went to the temple, meditate every day. And one day that shit happened, man. I was like, shit. Everything that I have in my head, I give myself. All the problems, all the yardsticks that I want, all the goals that I want to achieve. Shit. Bro, I make it visible in my head. And then I tell myself like there's this maze to navigate, in life. So you can climb the hierarchy, right? Climb the corporate ladder, social ladder. And then one day, like I was just sitting in Starbucks. I still remember this. I was sitting in Starbucks getting ready for my ACCA finals, in Pyramid. And then boom, suddenly like just one moment hit me and like, bro, you're thinking bullshit, bro. And you're making yourself go through the bullshit. But originally there's nothing, bro. So why you like, so I was like, oh shit. And then subsequently when I reflect on the experience, like, it's like, because I am quite curious as a child, right? I'm very curious and I'm trying to like understand, like I remember hearing this guy say like, don't just look at the tree, look at the forest. Then I was like, holy shit, but you don't look at the forest, then you have like one canyon, bro. Or like the whole Amazon River. Like, oh shit, how far can you go though? Right? So I guess like because you started questioning, then like you just get there lah.
Naturally, like,
Yeah.
inquisitive.
Yeah, if you ask a question, you get an answer. And who knows when you're gonna get the answer, but you're gonna get something lah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, later, I guess that's what you
Correct.
mean
Yeah,
as well, right?
yeah. It could be that. I have never thought about it that way also. It could be.
But it could also be just being devil's advocate.
Hey,
you
dude,
could be
yeah, man.
predestining yourself and giving yourself the answers that you're looking for. So
Shit, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't know, man. Dude, today, right? So today, Joe Rogan has a new podcast with Brian Cox. Okay, and Brian Cox is this like astrophysicist.
Oh, I love Brian Cox, dude.
Oh, you know that dude,
If you're talking about the same guy,
the physicist, right?
I know a physicist came to the show once and I okay, never mind, continue.
Yeah, I think it's the same dude.
Yep.
And he was talking about relativity because the Earth is moving 18 miles per second or something like that. But if you bounce the ball on the floor, the ball end up back in your hand or not? Is it the same position or not? And he said like you can't measure time and space because this thing is always constant, so you don't really know. You can only know if you go out and then you look at it. I was like, holy shit.
Whoa.
So how do you know what you know, bro? How do you know what you don't know? And the things that you don't know, like fuck.
It
The
doesn't
things that you
exist.
don't know that you don't know, that's fucked, man.
Yeah. And then you think you know everything, then you become this politician. I'm like, sure like that one, sure like that. Right? And then you make stupid policies and like tons of people suffer.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But it sounds pretty simple, like you're saying it like this, right? But there's still so many people out there who are like that, who will try to explain everything kind of thing. Or who think that they know everything.
Like, for instance, they are flat Earth society. How do you explain that?
Dude, it's funny, man. It's fucking funny, man. Have you seen like the arguments?
I had my Flat Earth Society phase. I was
Holy
go back
shit.
home. I was watching. No, I wasn't saying I'm a flat
Oh,
flat earther
damn.
myself. I was curious about
Disappointed.
them.
Yeah.
I went back home, googled, watched tons of documentaries, their convention documentaries and shit.
Dude, they sell like their own
The
plugs,
actual,
right?
the actual Earth.
It's like flat.
It's like fucking Narnia, dude. It's like
Are you serious?
Surrounded by
Tolkien's-
ice.
Yeah, surrounded
Up
by
till
ice.
today.
And then there's like a device holding the moon and to them the moon is traveling like that, like coming close and going back.
Oh.
As the
So it's like a
Earth
pendulum.
As the Earth is spinning. So this side gets a bit of the side. I don't know how that
It's
works.
funny, man. I saw like there's a podcast. I listened 5 minutes of it. I almost died, bro. It's like funny, bro. This guy was like saying like, if you look through the telescope, the moon is round because your telescope is flat or something like that. So like, it's because your eye and the telescope is wrong lah. I'm like, bro, just you put a plate and see what happens lah. Does it turn round or not? What the fuck? It's so easy to disprove, bro. Do you really need like? You don't have to talk to a physicist, you know. You're talking to a physicist. I can send you the link, bro.
Yeah.
But spend 5 minutes, it's 1.5 hours, you know.
I wonder if there's like a
But again, it sounds simple. It sounds simple, like, you know, it's so obvious to you and me and you.
Yeah. Why do
Like
they
even
think
in
like that?
Malaysia, even
if-
in Malaysia, this whole political thing.
Illuminati.
And like, there's so many people who are still in the delusional cloud that is that, you know, everything was okay before this with Najib. And that he's actually not,
then people start-
he's not guilty. There are people who like
Oh,
cheer
yeah,
for him
yeah,
outside
yeah.
courts and shit like that.
Yeah, what do you think it is? Do they go like every media that comes out, they say like, oh, wrong, it's fake news. It's like how Donald Trump does it. Fake news. Everything's fake news. Everything is fake news.
I think it's with technology nowadays they can narrate stories better, and people just need like a good narration, you know. Sometimes because like they yearn for better narrations, better storytelling to better story to participate in, you know.
that they can believe lah.
They can believe and they can join, bro. It's like
It's
you
a
know,
club.
it's like a haunted house, dude. It's like you get to experience the angry Malay behind you, the Facebook threads and all that.
Dude, so what are Malay people angry about today, man?
Oh, fucking Malay people are fucking angry nowadays.
What's the
they
main
are
issue?
okay. First of all, it's because Najib lost,
Right.
so there's this fear.
Wait, when we talk about Malay, we talk about hardcore Malays, right?
Hardcore
Hardcore,
Malays.
like they're super right.
Depends
super,
on
like,
how
right.
Malay on the scale we're going tonight, lah.
Okay. I just want to like make sure that our listeners know it's not all Malay, bro. Don't get triggered.
Yeah.
Don't send us hate mail, hate messages, you know.
Well, it's definitely the ones that are getting triggered right now, lah. If you're triggered,
Alright.
it's definitely you, lah. you're probably pissed off, and then you're probably working at like Putrajaya or something.
But hey, thanks
Makan
for listening
asam.
in to our podcast.
Yeah, that's stereotyping,
Tell
ah.
your friends. Tell your
What do you
friends.
say? What do you say? Putrajaya, what? Makan?
Putrajaya makan asam.
Makan asam.
Okay,
Right.
so for instance, like recently the Malays got angry because of the signage.
Oh, right.
The signage that says Chinese only, or no Malays or Indians because they're renting the room out.
Right, the
Right,
property
and
one.
then there's a couple of Malay media, the Membawang websites, like, oh fuck, if Malays were to do this, we're gonna be in trouble. Blah blah blah. I think what propelled it also was opposition lah. Our opposition right now
Yeah.
probably.
What was
Is it
the issue
Kylie?
again? The issue was that
That
there were signages
there
to
was
say
no
Malays,
there was
no Indians.
they were
Yeah.
talking about how okay, in that article they were particularly talking about Chinese, how a Chinese house owner didn't want to
Rent to other races.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So-
experienced that as well, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like the people who are triggered by that are most likely will not be the ones who wants to stay in the Chinese house to begin with. Or the people who get triggered, the Malay guys who get triggered by that story are probably, if they are house owner, they wouldn't want to rent their house to a Chinese also. You get what I'm saying, right? So where is the trigger coming from?
So you're saying like these people are actually hypocrites, ah?
Fucking
Because
hypocrites lah.
they will
Hey,
get angry.
dude, fuck Malays, like what we've talked about just now, we are unawarely racist for the longest time, dude. And I think that someone needs to bring it up, lah. Someone needs to bring it into light. No one talks about how macam Maharaja Lawak racially just stereotyping other races, insults other races, apa semua. And it's okay, dude, even if you guys, because they know for a fact like non-Malays do not watch Malay dramas and all that.
Look,
and think about it, it's on like Astro.
Yeah, dude.
It's on like main prime time TV with like, the highest eyeballs.
I know, but generally
you're normalizing it,
when it comes to comedy, I feel like free speech and all. Like if there's a comedy show and it makes stereotype fun of Chinese people, I think I can accept. I'm like, fine, this is comedy, because I don't want to be weird to the point where comedy shows so you try to stop. You know what I mean? Like there is I know like,
but it's very distasteful, dude. It's in a very distasteful.
The audience of this
Correct.
show
Yeah.
also doesn't just take it as comedic value. You will say that for a show that is comedic value, and you would laugh at those stuff. But I feel,
okay,
maybe it's my elite ass, feels that
elite ass.
a lot of the audience does not just take the comedic value of that. They actually like, the next time they see another Indian person or another Chinese person, they will squint a little bit and roll their R's.
Okay. Let's bring into light another group of example lah. Facebook comments. Okay, recently Malay people getting mad at non-Malays criticizing the Agong and all that, or racist and all that. Blah, blah. But for the longest time, dude, I myself have seen so many hateful racial comments, like whenever someone posts about like accidents caused by Chinese or whatever, a Malay fucker will definitely come up and say, "Oh, biasalah bangsa ni," or that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And
like
they get away with it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
The moment a non-Malay does that, you look at the kind of trouble they get into.
Yeah, so that's definitely, I agree with you. There's no place in this. But I'm also afraid of call-out culture, like what they do in the States. Where I understand, like certain contexts, I think in that Facebook case, confirm, I agree with you. But in Maharaja Lawak, okay, maybe not so much. I hope the audience stop laughing eventually. But if really it entertains them, I think it's fine. Now, I think it's very interesting also because we had a couple of incidents that I think we can go into. You know the Eddie Rejang case? Yeah. And then there's this like Honda, I don't know whether she's a sales lady or not. Yeah.
Honda sales lady.
Yeah.
What's the job then?
It's studi though. So let's start with Eddie Rejang, right? He lost his job. People dox him. People find him on Facebook. Even find out where the kids go to school. It's crazy, man. I thought like, wow, threaten the kids some more. Dude, now you're no different than his insensitive remark, right? Like we gotta not take it so far, right? And him losing his job, I feel like, dude, maybe he had a bad day, bro.
Yeah,
like he's not some high-ranking dude. Maybe he's in Ampang. I guarantee you there are Malays that look like Indian who want to buy alcohol.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw that. Then he got pissed off. And then he went up to this girl recording, thinking like he's doing society justice, He's got a shitty life, stays in a flat, doesn't make a lot of money. Then, he posted, and the best part is the "fuck you." It's funny. It's like a Malay people thing. And then he did that, and then he lost his job, and he got all this like backlash. It's a bit too much, guys. Don't threaten people's family, find out where their kids. Maybe he should have been reprimanded, but lose his job. Do you guys think it's too far?
No lah, I think it went a bit too far myself.
As in what? He went too far or the reaction went too far?
Both. Definitely both. But I don't think he should have lost his job. I think the netizens, as we like to call them, is a bit too much lah this time around. If like what kid says, they're attacking his kids. Finding out where he lives and all that. That's just crazy.
It's a bit extreme lah, huh?
Yeah. And you know what's the funniest part? No? Like a day later, right? I look up Eddie Rejang on Instagram. I bet you it's a Chinese dude who's selling shit, man, because he's selling shit with the account. Like probably Eddie Rejang deleted his account. Someone go and create Eddie Rejang account, put his profile pic there, and then there's only one post, and it's like buy some shit. Viral marketing, bro.
So why you say it's a Chinese guy?
Oh, I don't know, man. Racial stereotype, man.
There you go.
Ingenious
There you
business
go.
idea.
Chinese
Chinese
name.
So it's
No way, take advantage, bro. It's like the whole Hindraft thing, right? It's like Malay guy, Indian guy. You say Chinese never participate. Who you think sell them the shirt?
So
No. Like you remember the ICET rally recently? Okay. This is another example of how unawarely racist Malays are. So during the ICET rally, so people were rallying and shit, and then all of a sudden, there was a post that went viral where the Malays were buying, Malays were buying ice cream from this Indian guy. So the post was like, see, kami tak racist pun, kami tak ni pun, ni tak. Kalau kami racist, bolehkah orang India ini mencari rezeki di rally kami apa semua ni apa semua. So I'm like, wow, you guys are so holy, so divine for not hurting other ni. Wow.
Yeah, bro, he buy ice cream, bro.
Kenapa? You get what I'm saying? It's like, wow, you guys are so unaware. And then everyone's like reposting and shit. See, we're not violent.
It's hilarious, man. I think it's even more prevalent in like my mom's generation, like my mom and dad. Like they are just racist as fuck. Like
I was just gonna ask you, like, do you think your parents are like a bit racist?
Dude, they are not racist in the sense that they are out to hurt you, but they are racially super insensitive, bro. Like they don't say like, oh, fucking Melayu malas, like out of like spite, but they just assume lah.
Yeah, same thing,
Yeah.
man. My I
Yeah.
think it's the baby boomer generation
Yeah.
of our in Malaysia lah. They suffer from that. It's like they are like they don't say it out of hate or out of spite, but it's just the way things are lah. Malay people are just lazy.
Yeah, you cannot work with them, bro. They won't do what one. I'm like,
See, for me, my dad and mom are different. Right? They were born in the same year, right?
Okay.
So they grew up like, also not urban,
Right.
areas and
Sungai
stuff.
Petani,
My
is
dad-
it?
Not Sungai Petani. My dad grew up in like Pahang and shit. My
Right.
mom in Ipoh.
right.
I guess Ipoh is urban, but no. Point is that one came out slightly racist. So
Slightly.
subconsciously they make all these assumptions.
Yeah.
This one parent.
Yeah,
Whereas the other one has a more hippie outlook in life.
right.
So to say if it's a baby boomer thing, I don't know. I don't think so.
Nah, I mean like every time we generalize it, it's not true. Guys, every time someone say like, oh, all Chinese people are like that, all Malay, it's not true lah. It's never
No,
true.
I mean,
but there's like,
there's a threshold lah. There's like
Yeah.
a group of people who are more likely to be like to have that kind of mentality.
Yeah, do you think it's because I noticed one like strange thing, right? Like if you go to a Chinese kampong, it's all Chinese people, bro. It's no other people. If you go to a Malay kampong, it's all Malay, bro. If you go to an Indian kampong, is there Indian kampong? God. Okay, sorry, because Bangladeshi took over but yeah. So if you go into Indian kampong, everyone is Indian. So like if you don't approach, like you think about these guys, they're in kampongs, man. They probably don't deal with a lot of like other races a lot. Maybe they're forced to say that shit because they don't know better, man. But we are in the city, we have like Chinese, Malay friend, like
Yeah,
what's the
and
difference?
they in the kampong, what are they watching? They're watching like Maharaja Lawak.
Ha.
And they're watching,
Yeah.
some other show that
Yeah. In
Makes
their
fun
dialect,
of-
right?
Yeah.
Especially, yeah.
And
So
they-
it just fuels it more and more.
You know,
and
like
more
like
and more.
one of the recent things, people from the demographics that you mentioned about the more recent problems that was brought to light was how they were complaining. Someone made a post, Facebook, talking about how Chinese shop owners get special price or discounted prices of the suppliers. Most of the suppliers are Chinese and Malay shops and Indian shops.
Chinese help Chinese.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Malays help Malay all the time. Government help Malays all the time.
Dude, but if you want to tear this shit down, right, like how do we do it though? Because this Chinese help Chinese thing is something that happened before. And it's very weird. So it's sidetrack a bit. Later we come back. This is very weird. I went to play badminton when I was like maybe 17, 18 years old on the car park in Taman Mega. There's like this Chinese lady pop out of nowhere. Literally, she out of nowhere, she came to me and she's like, "Can I have 20 ringgit?" And I was like, "Fuck no lah, how about no?" And it's like, "Dude, we are the same color, bro. Help each other ah." I'm like, "What?" Like, bro, you're not Malaysian, bro. What are you talking about? She's like, "Oh, we both Chinese. We should help each other." It's a weird thing.
Wow.
Again, it's a weird thing. So this whole thing, like discount, like it's a weird thing. Why can't you give Malay people discounts?
I think it's because, like, you want to protect. It's the same reason for a lot of people who will want, you know, Indian marry Indian, Chinese marry Chinese,
Right.
Yeah.
Malay marry Malay. You want to keep it within your society, right? You don't want. You want to help people. If you're gonna give out, you know, like education assistance, why don't you help a brother first? Then think of your friends, you know.
Yeah.
But which is, a lot of people think that way. Even people our generation think that way. Because naturally, you would want to help out somebody who is more blood to you, I guess.
Well, not me though. Are you?
So if I was Punjabi, would you give me cheaper stuff?
Yeah.
Marijuana.
From Marijuana.
No, of course not. Of course not. Or if you grew up with me, yeah.
Ah.
You know?
Oh, so you're ageist then.
Yeah. Hey,
Kampongis.
bro.
Bro.
Gonna help. Gonna help each other
Help
out.
brother out.
Hey, bro.
By the way, like,
We're the same.
for people not watching this video, this is the most Muhibah podcast ever. I think
Yeah.
we are pretty nicely
Arranged.
We're missing a
represented.
demographic though.
Um,
Bangladeshi.
Bangladeshi. Yeah.
The fifth taste. Just like umami. Wait, you put something to the side just now before your badminton story.
Yeah, just that whole, like, you know, if I'm Chinese, I sell to my vendor cheaper, or like I sell to my customer cheaper compared to Malay guy.
Protectionism lah, right?
Dude, it's weird. Protect what? Look, there's a very weird thing that happened that I never realized. Okay, there is a Malay. Wait, they don't call it a Malay. They call it a non. They call. Oh, sorry, I can't fucking remember. But there's a basketball game, a championship game, for all Malay people only. Because apparently all Chinese people can play basketball. So we don't want the good Chinese people to play with us.
Are
We
you
wanna-
fucking serious?
Dude, I'm serious, bro. I heard it. I
Are
thought
you
my friend was
serious?
joking.
In Malaysia?
In Malaysia. I thought my friend was joking.
A non-Chinese basketball league.
Oh, only Malay basketball league. Oh,
Sounds like a white only basketball
Dude,
league.
brought to you by Perkasa. Wow. That's
Alih Shukri
crazy.
terlajak laris. No.
But like, we've had universities like that. It's fine.
Yeah,
right? So
UiTM is
basketball
still
league,
the-
okay lah.
Yeah,
Nothing
betul
basketball
lah,
league
betul
je.
lah.
Kita dah ada university pun like that. We have schools like that.
That's the thing.
We
right?
have fucking buildings that
Yeah.
have ownership.
We have government.
Systems
We have
like that.
loans.
So
We
what's
have
weird in Malaysia?
Dude,
I mean, we talk about this now and then.
yeah.
And I begin to ask a lot of Malays as well, the question, right? Isn't it odd that in Malaysia, the policies that are supposed to help are for the majority group, not a minority group?
Correct.
Where normally you would have minority policies, right? People help the American Indians, help the Aborigines in Australia,
The
help,
Maoris in New
you know,
Zealand.
handicapped people anywhere around the world. Minority. But in Malaysia,
We help the
you have this
majority.
majority assistance
Yeah.
for fuck long. How is that? We are pretty special, isn't it?
It's like imagine if it was a race between all the races, right? So you have Indian, Malay, Chinese on the starting line. Poop, the race starts, and then the Malays are losing, and the Malays look up the referee and say, "Hey, we need something." So the government gives you bicycle. But we're still fucking losing. But we're still fucking losing, you know.
Motorcycle, bro.
The motorcycle, bro.
Rompet,
Now, and then on top of that, you complain, hey, the Chinese is helping the other Chinese guy.
Oh, yeah.
You're not helping us enough.
That's a fantastic tie back, bro. That's a fantastic tie back.
Right.
There. Yeah, it's true.
exactly that.
It's true. I was wondering where you're going with that. Then you bike it back. Yeah, bike it back. Look. Okay,
But
sorry.
do you think that this whole like Chinese help Chinese, Indian help Indian thing, if you go to China, do you think there's that same spirit there?
Nah, man.
No, dude.
Could
Dude.
it be something that because
Dude, China has got
this
54 different ethnicity, man.
There you go.
54. Fucking a lot, bro. And they've been warring forever, lah. Right? But now it's okay, lah. Now it's Tibet making noise, lah. I want to get out, bro. Yeah. And they're like, no. And then the monks are burning themselves.
there's gonna be another war?
I don't know, man. People like to fight, bro. That's the thing. When you're too free, you want to fight.
This whole I help my own person kind of thing could also be that like everybody came to Malaysia, as in the immigrants, right? When the Malays were already here or partly here, Chinese came in, Indians
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah.
They were on new soil. They didn't know languages. They had to stick to each other.
Yeah.
They worked at the same place.
Yeah.
They studied at the same place. It's all because the British
Yeah.
and their organization as
Yeah.
well, right? So again, like, you are trying to fend off people who are going to come and like spoil your recipe.
Yeah.
So you
Spoil
help
yours.
a brother
Yeah.
out again, and like you don't want to integrate. I was reading up an article before this podcast as well, right? Racial politics. Went to the Google page for racial. I googled racial politics, and the Wikipedia page. Pretty much the whole article talks about Malaysia.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
So
The wiki page for racial politics is not a very long article or wiki page, but a lot of it is Malaysia.
Yeah, you're right. In Malaysia.
And like it's
Well-
that one of the special places in the world. The British were everywhere. There were so many multi-ethnic countries everywhere as well. But somehow in Malaysia, race-based politics
I've
stuck.
read about that this how so I had a phase where I was reading about this racial politics in Malaysia. Why is it still divided? And then you have like other Commonwealth countries which do not have that policy. It's like not race-based, right? And I got down to a very deep rabbit hole where to the point where there's this whole Malaysian conspiracy where Malaysia never really got our independence. The Commonwealth banner is just a rebranding.
Oh, okay.
A rebranding.
So we're still
of
under the British, is it?
all the Commonwealth countries are still under the British
Under
ruling
the Union
because
Jack.
there are still countries that were invaded by British Empire but do not participate in Commonwealth sports because they are totally like fuck you guys. And most of those countries are countries who went a war, fought the British, chased them out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably got fucked so bad they're like, fuck you.
How we got our independence was a bunch of these Malay motherfuckers.
They shook hands, bro.
They went over. We don't know what they discussed about. Balik. Merdeka! Independence.
But that's the thing though, like there's a whole story back here as well. So what's interesting is that back after World War II, England is fucking broke, man. They're just broke. They're just like, oh, fuck this shit. We're not going to do this because it's too hard. You have to defend so many colonies. You have to send so many men here and there. Everyone's tired, lethargic. So they decided like, oh,
take whatever
take
you
lah.
can take.
Okay, because at the end of the day, they realize what they want is resources, like your spice and whatever fuck. So they're just like, okay, let's trade lah. Let's trade. And in the past, with Commonwealth countries, you can only trade with Commonwealth country. So why Malaysia want to be independent? You can trade with the States, bro. More money for everybody. Money. Like people think it's like some patriotic shit. Like no, they're giving it out, bro.
Yeah.
They don't want to govern anymore. They're like, take.
You wait until Malaysia has a good enough director to make a movie about this.
But then again, somehow we go back to what
So because of the whole Millennium Union and like the Jus Soli, right? The Principe Jus Soli, the Malay people are not happy because like, oh dude, you bring in Chinese, you bring in Indian, and they're gonna get like naturalized as citizen. That's not cool. Like there's this bunch of guys saying that lah, but I don't know why. India there are people saying that also, right? That's why the guy who shot Mahatma Gandhi said like Gandhi is tearing India apart.
Because he's bringing in.
No, because Mahatma Gandhi is like
because
championing
Pakistan.
for peace. Yeah.
Because he
was
wants like to unite Pakistan and like so where was I just now? So it's like a divide and conquer lah, basically.
divide and
So
conquer.
the British, I guess. This is the conspiracy.
Oh yeah. The
tinfoil
conspiracy.
hat of side of me talking lah. So probably the British taught the Malay rulers, you keep it this way lah. So your family can stay in power, which is what's happening right now. And another fun fact, is that in the whole world, Malaysia, a small country in Malaysia, is the only country that has 9 kings.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No. What about like
But it makes sense.
Nigeria and don't they have a lot of kings?
No, they have a lot
I
of
don't-
prince that need help. Need your donation.
But
bro.
I think we're the only country with like this
No, you have to
rotational
under-
kings.
Yeah, no.
Go.
As in, as in like this, like everywhere else, Saudi or whatever, you have one king and then successor lah. You're talking about,
Here
but
you have rotational.
yeah, we're not talking about successor. We're talking about kings.
I
Like
take turns, bro.
I take turns
Be fair.
sucking up the country dry, and then the Malays like readily die, like wanting to die for them.
Yeah, but
And
that's the
some
thing.
of these,
They
some
don't know
of these
shit,
families,
right?
if you go back and look at history, some of these families, they have been like replaced almost entirely.
So it's not the
like-
same
due
Lineage.
to deaths and intermarriages, and then this guy throwing off this guy, and then the bendahara then becoming the sultan kind of thing. A lot of these lineages are not so pure as they think it may be.
But it's still Malay lah. It's still brown.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this a lot, me and Cash. And one of the funny things, as he said, like, I feel like it all started in 1970. Because even though last time you have this Jus Soli, right? The whole thing didn't really get kicked off until like Dasar Ekonomi Baru. Where you get this
totally
like
agree.
quotas and all these things. And it's funny because I always, again, I don't know, just my speculation, but I pin it to Mahathir lah. He's the guy who wrote like Malay Dilemma, right? And he's basically saying that Malay people are more stupid, which is not proven, not scientifically proven. But at that time he's a doctor, so it's like, ooh.
No, I get pissed at Mahathir because like he says he throws a lot of shades to the Malays.
Yeah, he throws shades at them, right?
A lot, dude. And then like you. Like he keeps on calling Malays lazy and all that. But I totally disagree with that. You see a lot of Malays who are very hardworking as well. Yes, there are lazy Malays, but you see a lot of hardworking Malays.
Yeah.
My parents work really, really hard.
Yeah.
And then who the fuck are you to say?
Yeah, because it's politics.
Yeah,
But
and then
he's just being like, that strict parent, who's saying, you're lazy,
Yeah, he wants to be the dad, right?
Yeah.
He thinks he's the dad of the nation. It's weird. It's father complex.
Bapak pembangunan. Bapak pemodenan.
Pemodernan. Something.
so like recently within the mass Malay punya gossip sites and all, they were showing like how they were sharing pictures of Mahathir's grandchildren and all that carrying Hermes bags lah.
Of course, bro. What do you expect?
So
which is funny because I think even, was it Lim Guan Eng's son recently?
Nah.
There was like some controversy about people seeing him in a jacket. There was like 6,000 ringgit or 7,000 ringgit. So they're like, what is this? What is this?
Politicians are politicians. And then Syed Sadiq's brother got in trouble. Do you guys know about it? Like he's dating. Okay, so the older brother is dating a celebrity, female celebrity, Melayu, artist Melayu, pakai tudung and all that shit, bro. And then photos of them leaked. They were vacationing in Thailand.
Tak pakai tudung.
Tudung all out, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's there's worst ones. Abang Syed Sadiq. Abang.
Oh, I have to put abang.
Abang. There you go.
Oh.
But there's other like
Looks hot.
other
Gambar
suggestive-
panas. Gambar panas.
Emma Mambung.
Since we're popping a lot of cherries today, Cash, do you mind if I smoke? You're not allowed to smoke. It's just cigarettes. You're not allowed.
Sure.
Can ah?
Sure.
But out lah.
Oh, we're making a big leeway for you, bro.
Really ah?
Well, actually, we shouldn't be smoking on video. No.
Okay.
It may be,
Suggestive.
restricted. Yeah, suggestive and like.
Oh, right. Okay.
maybe
Yeah,
not use the video.
Okay.
YouTube have that.
Also, our target demographic is 6 to 12 years, so we don't want to scare them away, boy.
Oh, you learn some shit, you guys. Get woke.
6 to 12 ah.
I'm just kidding. Come on.
I have 6 to 12-year-old students, dude.
Yeah, I hope you just teach them.
Yeah. Share, like, subscribe.
So, I forgot to mention last thing just now about racial politics again, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Going back to that wiki page.
Right.
What's funny is that we talk about the British and how they divide and conquer. But even back then, like the wiki page says, at independence there was a survey done, and only something like 3% of Chinese above the age of 10 knew how to speak Malay.
When was this?
This is like at the point of independence.
Okay.
So there is already a concept of Malaysia and multi-race, and this is independence.
Mhm.
But only 3% of Chinese knew how to speak Malay, and like 5% of Indians knew the
Yeah.
same. So it has been an issue for the longest time that is not fixable, maybe.
Because they speak English, right? My dad speaks fantastic English because they went to like English school. They teach everything in English, and I think one of the reasons why Indonesia is so united because they all speak Bahasa Indonesia, bro.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, though. They have a big population. We have like 25 at the point of time. If you all speak Malay, don't know how to speak English, susah nak buat business though.
Yeah. That's true.
So there's a practical. That's why Singapore like just went ahead with like English, even though most of them speak Mandarin. Chinese people are there.
I guess when it comes to language, the more language you know, the better lah.
Or like as long as you know the main language.
Correct. Yeah.
Then you know.
Yeah.
That's why we are flip flopping, right? Like the school, I don't know. Today they are teaching in BM or English.
I lost track.
English,
I lost track.
Yeah.
Just to keep
Yeah,
on.
keep flipping.
During my time, it was both. It was like when I was doing my SPM, there's the BM paper and there's the English paper.
Yeah, but do they still teach like science everything in BM?
Okay, my year was a bit funny because they were introducing that the year after. So mine was like they taught everything in BM, science, physics, everything BM.
Yeah.
And on SPM day, both language was available.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it was like learning a lot of it in English. I only had like 3 subjects maybe that were in Malay. Which was like Malay, history, and like moral. Which are the most important subjects.
Moral.
Okay, so a solution to racial politics is simple, bro. So if you guys get married, have kids, forbid your children to marry your own race.
So we settle.
Yeah, we forbid ourselves. But I too late already. I'm already dating Sabahan. But technically she's not Malay lah, right? She's like Sabahan. She's like Ibu dan lain-lain. She's Bumi Putra.
Yeah. But all Sabah Sarawak people are Bumi-Putra.
Yeah.
Whether Chinese, Indian.
I think that's
the
cool
deal.
though. That's cool though.
Yeah.
I think that's cooler than Melayu, Cina, India, blah blah blah.
Yeah, because that's the deal that they got, man. Like remember last time they didn't want to like join, and then they're like, maybe you let us have 1 year of independence, then we see if we want to join or not, bro.
Smart guys, man.
Yeah.
Smart guys. Because they let it play, you know, and then see like, quite nice if I got that cake. So
Yeah.
I said one.
Yeah.
And they got it.
Yeah, and they got but the thing is
But
that
actually they got fucked lah.
yeah, they got fucked.
They did. At
Took
least
all their
now,
wood.
Imagine now there's this renaissance of like Borneo, right? Sabah, Sarawak. Even a few years ago, there was this whole Sarawak for Sarawakians.
Yeah.
Was Taib championing it? Was it that one? It's Taib, right? Sarawak for Sarawakians.
Taib, was he? I guess. There was also a chief minister
Right.
who just died also like a year, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
There's that spirit of like Sarawak for Sarawakians. They are unlocking the potential. On top of that, now they're Bhumiputra. It's like, you know, even a further head start in the race, sort of.
Damn.
So much of resources as well. Time to move to Sarawak.
Untapped lagi tu. There's like so many untapped resources there.
So which one are we gonna tap?
That's no.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, when I think about racial politics, right? So what you start, like, okay, let's say you and I, we are all farmers again, right? I grow more rice than you. More people come to me. Therefore, I become more popular. Okay? Maybe also I am better skilled lah. So my rice quality tastier than both of you. So I get privilege. Right? Now, there's inequality here based on skill. Right? But now I say like, too many of these other guys are not getting the piece of the pie. Right? So I want to level it up. Put more tax on this guy who's doing good. So that my other guys can catch up. Right? So essentially I'm doing protectionism, right? Now, the issue with this is that when you do protectionism without taking care of the skill level, means look at Proton for instance, 25, 30 years, not selling, not even competing regionally. And you're still taking money helping them. And then they employ like fucking a lot of people. They have a lot of factories. They have vendors that depend on them for business. And then if today I'm PM, right, I say like, shit lah, this guy's not doing well already. Let me just cut all of them. I'm not just cutting Proton, you know. I'm also destroying a lot of people's like jobs. Yeah. So now it's like such a big problem. We have all these policies that is draining our resources. And then like, fucking government got no money, bro. That's why cannot cancel toe. Toe also cannot take away. I'm like, when they promise that, I'm like, really, bro?
Mm-mm.
Don't talk shit, man.
Quite unrealistic.
Yeah, very unrealistic. But I was hoping the Mont Carol one get taken away, like the $3 toe. Jesus, then pain in my pocket every day. Because
But-
protectionism.
So that's why we
Protectionism done wrong, lah. I guess or the outcome is wrong, lah. Because of.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
like, if you're not doing well, if your kids is not doing well in school, you don't go to the teacher and like, hey, fuck the other kids, teach my kid.
Mm-mm.
You don't do that, right? But politically, we do it, right? It's fine. Very weird. Right? Why don't we think about how to help these other guys who are not competing so well? And maybe, yeah, give a bit of protectionism. Maybe you got 2 years to get your shit sorted. Otherwise, you die, lah, bro. Can't help you.
But I think if we live long enough to see that happening, lah. That's the thing. I don't think that's doable within our lifetime. Lah. I mean, at the rate that we are going, right?
You
We
don't
need a
think-
miracle.
You don't think
lah.
for like. I think also because we're seeing around the world that a lot of areas or a lot of like countries are going right.
Mhm.
So then now there's more right talk even in Malaysia. Once there's a change and people start moving towards the left more,
Yeah.
and then
You bring back a bit of
it'll
balance.
just it'll just come back quickly. I guess Malaysia is a copycat country. Yeah. We take everything and just copy it.
Isn't that China?
And call it like call it us lah. Give it our branding.
Some of it we don't even change the name, bro.
Dude.
Like, all the Malay words that are actually English words.
Or like, yeah,
Edukasi.
ekspektasi, penetrasi,
Dude, I heard this joke a long time ago, man.
penetrasi vagina,
Is that a real word though?
penetrasi anal, analisa, sounds like a
Analisa.
that sounds like a fucking awesome
Analisa.
core, like grindcore band. Penetrasi anal.
I think on that note we gotta wrap things up.
What?
Yeah,
I was okay.
It
I enjoyed myself here. Thank
was
you for
pretty-
having me.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we had a
Bouncing
fantastic
around.
time. Yeah.
You see, like we
Running
come from
around all over the
different
place.
opinions. We're not fighting, right?
Yeah, dude. That's what we gotta show, man. We
Yeah.
can disagree and still be friends, guys. Doesn't have to be my team versus your team.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talk shit.
Yeah.
Malay
Everybody needs to
people-
understand that though.
Malay people need
We
to
can
chill lah.
disagree.
Malay people need to chill.
Everybody need to chill, man. Isn't it? Fucking Chinese guys, some of them like super hardcore.
Malays.
Everything
Yeah,
on
man.
discount.
Chinese guy said he couldn't rent his unit out to me
Yeah, dude. What's
Which
up with
one?
that?
without even meeting me. So like Chinese guys still gotta chill. Indian guys also gotta chill.
Everybody gotta chill, bro.
Everybody gotta
Okay,
chill.
but see, the thing is, like, you don't need to post it up on Facebook, try to make it viral, and then
Aye.
goes. Yeah, you don't try to do that. Like what a Malay person would definitely try to do, lah. Like a Malay person.
Then you get attention a bit.
Yeah, and then no lah. It's like it's fine because Malays get away with it. Malays get away with being racist like that, but you won't. Unless if you do that to a non-Malay lah. Not unless if you do that to a Malay, then you get attention.
It's intricate and delicate. So
Are we
let's
talking about cake or what?
just fornicate.
Penetrasi anal.
Okay, on that note, I guess we started with rabbi sucking dick and penetrasi anal.
Ha. Full circle.
Full circle, bro.
Full
well done, well
circle.
done, us.
Full circle.
Well done,
Ah,
well
well
done.
done.
And that's it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey,
You're
amazing.
welcome. This has been Teroka podcast with
Teroka.
Kid and Cash. And we didn't get 5 seconds of silence, so let's just end it with 5 seconds of silence, yeah?
Okay, like a tribute, eh?